up, you guys? Guess where I'm at? In Vienna, Austria. One of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen in my life. And guess where I'm at? The casino.
Come all the way across the world just to go to the Hollywood Megaplex? Okay.
It's push. I'm at the Montesino Casino here in Vienna, and it is a beautiful place with several stories of fun stuff to do. There's billiards, there's lots of restaurants and bars. It's actually a really cute place, and that's what I'm doing. Playing in a poker tournament, of course. Was a 21 euro buy-in, which is pretty small for me, but I'm just having myself a good time. The levels are 15 minutes and you get 15,000 chips. And for an additional 9 euro, you get a bonus of 10,000 chips. I end up sitting down at the table and get greeted by all of the nice gentlemen. I noticed that at this time, I'm the only woman in the tournament, which is pretty cool. There are some really nice English-speaking people at my table, which is also pretty cool. For my first time playing in Europe, it was very welcoming and very cool. I start off pretty slow, just like warming into it, seeing what's going on. I hear that European players can be pretty aggressive, so I want to be cautious, and I'm just taking my time to really see how everyone's playing. Let me tell you about this hand. I'm in the small blind and end up with King Jack of spades. Blinds at this time are 2,500. 4 limpers, and I go ahead and pop it up to 2,400 and get all 4 callers. Another guy exclaims, "That's why I never raise, because everyone calls." The flop comes out deuce jack 7 with 2 clubs. I lead out for 5,500, wanting to prevent anybody from drawing out on me, and all 4 players call. Okay. The turn is a 4, not a club. I actually check, and it checks all the way through. The river is a king, also not a club. So busted flush draws, no straight draws, and you know what? I just jam it in for about 13K. Fold, a hijacked player, thinks for a minute, and I'm thinking, well, if he's got to think that long, then I'm definitely ahead. He doesn't have a set, obviously, so please call. He ends up making the call. He ends up making the call, and the button folds, and I show him the good news for me, and he ends up mucking his hand, so I don't really know what he has. He probably had a jack, I'm assuming. A medium jack, so I think he's probably behind the whole time anyway. So that was pretty good. I'm sitting on about 60K right now. We're on our first break. It's a 30-minute break. Level 7 was the last level to buy in or re-enter. You get 1 re-entry on this. So I got to go see how many players are left, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. You know, it's so interesting playing somewhere new because you don't know how people are going to play, how people are going to receive you. I definitely told everyone that I'm just learning how to play poker because everyone wants to ask, "Oh, does your husband play poker?" Hell no. So I'm just learning. Never trust a poker player. Here I'm in the cutoff and 3-bet the under the gun player who ends up jamming on me for 30,400 with queens. I call with my ace king, hit a king on the turn, scoop this pot, y'all, and I'm sitting on about 110 or so. Feeling pretty good. Okay, on this other hand, I'm in the big blind and look down at kings. There are 3 limpers ahead of me. Blinds are still 800, 1,600, and I pop it up to 6,500. I get 1 caller, and we go heads up to the flop, which is king, queen, 6, all spades. Obviously, I don't have a spade, but at the same time, I am not giving away any free cards. I bet 7,000, and he calls. The turn is a 3 of hearts. Same logic. No chasing over here. checks to me and I make it 10,000 and he folds. I'm sitting on a pretty cool stack right now. I gotta get back in here, not that much time. Keep you guys posted. I have King, Queen of Hearts, under the gun +2, blinds are 1K, 2K, and I open for 5,500. Only the button calls. We go heads up to the flop, which is Jack, 10, blank, open-ended. I check. He bets 5,500 into me, and I just float. Turn is another blank, and it goes check, check. The river is a 9. I lead for 5,500 again. Let's keep this 5,500 going. He raises to 11K, even though he only has 25K. So let's do it then. I pop it up to 25K and he gives like a super tank and mucks. So he's down to like nothing and I'm running this shit up. Let's go. Final table. What? Run that shit out. Let's go. Go. At the final table, I jam under the gun with Jack, 10 of spades and flop the nuts.
What? Make a photo.
I make a
Make a photo. Wow.
Nuts geflogen.
Flop the nuts? Say what?
Photo. Das glaubt mir keiner.
You're alive, I said.
You said it. Hey, let's go, yo.
Oh, I forgot. I should also mention that the tournament that I just entered chopped it 5 ways and I ended up getting second place money even though I was third in chips. It's kind of late at night and so we all agreed on it. So I agreed on it, although sometimes I'm like, never chop. But I'm very happy about it. I'm super excited to share with you guys a little bit about my story. I'm a cash game player. I've been playing cash for a little minute. I learned back in the day when I worked at MySpace, my friends and I would get together on Tuesdays, drink, eat, play poker, see a lot of hands. And last year, I made the serious decision to transition from being a cash player to a tournament player. And just 2 months ago, decided to document my journey in my own YouTube channel. And since I've made this transition, I have learned so much. When I think about like one of the greatest moments in my poker journey, it was making this transition into the tournament world. Like the cash world I've been a part of for so long, but this whole new world opened up for me. This environment, this community of amazing poker players, the learnings and the strategy, and just obviously it's the same game, but it's just a completely different world to me, and I've been embraced by this community so much. I've had the great honor and privilege of interviewing legends like Joe Hashem and Frank Casella, and I just interviewed Femi Fashikin, who won the Big 50, and I've been rubbing shoulders with some of the greats like Darren Elias, and I'm just so excited. I never expected that making that transition would take me through this incredible journey that I've been on. Speaking of incredible journeys, I'm here in Vienna, Austria, playing in a tournament. I mean, come on, what more can you ask for? Yo, we can run it up. Come on. Danke. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram at P's and Q's Poker. See you next time.